and you can see Brian looks
spectacular.
Yeah, spectacular is a word, but I don't know if it was the word that I was thinking about. So we're in the airport. We are heading to Las Vegas, and Brian's never been, so I'm excited to show him because I've been there before. I'll tell you guys in a little bit why we're heading to Las Vegas. So I wanted you guys to see what our night in Vegas was like. Brian has never been, and it was Halloween weekend, so we dressed up as Bob and Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. We thought we'd have fun for the weekend since we were there. So the next half of the video is going to actually be the GT500. I'm going to tell you all about it, what I felt about it, what it was like. We weren't able to film inside the car, unfortunately. I got a tiny little clip, but I got yelled at, so I had to put it down. Go over like the drag strip and how that all procedure went. Unfortunately, we weren't able to film, so I'll explain as we go along. Like I'll stop and voice. I'm gonna stop and voice over so you guys can hear it. But unfortunately, we weren't able to really push the car like I had wanted to, but you'll see.
We started this program back in 2015 with the Shelby GT350, and that event we tried to find every place Carol scored points in the 60s that we could still get on. We did Sebring, Lime Rock, Laguna Seca, and Road America in the first year. We tried to do Watkins Glen. They were repaving. They wouldn't let us on there. But this time, what we are here to do is launch the all-new 2020 Shelby GT500. And we brought this car in here to kind of do a little comparison and a walk around as one of the groups when we go through it. But the engineering men and women of Ford Performance would tell you that this is not your grandpa's 67 GT500. That car in and of itself was, from the ads that Carol used to do, the Le Mans inspired, 428, with a couple of 427, big straight line. It had straight line power, but really wasn't a road course car. What you're going to experience today is what this 2020 Shelby GT500 is all about, which is the fastest production Mustang we've ever done, not only on a straight line, but on a road course. Fastest production Mustang, left and right, and straight line. And what we want you guys to experience today is both of those activities. So we will have the drag strip section and the road course section, and we are really looking forward to you guys' opinions about what you feel about this car.
unfortunately I was unable to film in the car, but the nice thing is this is all the safety equipment I need for mine. So I'm gonna get some video of other people racing so you guys can kind of see. But yeah, kind of bummed I couldn't get any footage. Can I? Yeah. Thank you. Is this what you do for a living?
Yes.
What an exciting job.
Yeah, it is. Especially in these beautiful cars.
Oh yeah. This is the first time I've ever been on a road racetrack.
Oh, really?
Yep. Definitely very impressed with the transmission on the road course and at the drag strip. I was a little worried that the DCT was not going to feel as responsive as my 10-speed. It held up its own. I was very, very impressed with it.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the weight. A lot of people have been worried that the weight of the car is so heavy now that it's not going to seem competitive or it's going to seem slow or doggish. It definitely didn't feel any heavier than my car. I think that the center of gravity is really low and the big brakes really helped it stop. If I were to compare this to a CTS-V or a Hellcat, I would definitely feel a lot safer taking turns in this car over those two.
Well, here it is. This is my opinion of the GT500. I think that it is absolutely stunning. I think it is absolutely beautiful. It drives amazing. It handled phenomenally. And what was really wild is that I really thought I was getting on it. I really thought I was beating on it. I thought I was doing a really great job on the road course until I did my hot lap. And these drivers are insane. Like, my butt lifted right off the seat. I was holding on the whole time. My lap in comparison, obviously, to the professionals was nowhere near the same. But yeah, I have nothing negative to say about the car, not even the price. I think that, unfortunately, it sounds weird, but I think that the standard of cars are starting to be more expensive. Like, think about it. My Mustang was missing options and it was still $47,000. So I think things are just getting more expensive, to be honest. I think it's just how the world's working these days. Do I think it's worth $100? No, but I think if there's a ton of dealer markup, probably not. But if at its list price, I think is correct. So I would definitely buy one in the future if I had the money for it. You asked me to compare it against like a ZL1 or anything like that. I have only driven a ZL1 for like a few minutes and I didn't get a chance to beat on it, so I can't give you like an honest side-by-side comparison of it. If you were going to say to compare it versus like a Hellcat, I would say absolutely not. They are not comparable. The Mustang handles so much better. So that's my opinion on that. If I had to say one negative thing about it, I would say that the only thing I think is strange is that it is the 15-17 fascia and not the 18-19 fascia. So if you're buying a 2020, technically your GT500 could look like it's already 5 years old, but not saying that it's ugly. I just think it's strange. But other than that, I think the interior was beautiful. I think the materials that they used are stunning. And just like the story and the thought behind it, and now I know why it took so much longer to come out. So I think it was absolutely great. I think every portion of it was awesome. I'm so blessed to have been able to experience that, because I'll probably never drive one again, unless one of my dad's really close customers gets one and lets me play with it, but probably won't happen. Will I get rid of Wylee for it? No. Did I think Wylee drove really awesome until I drove that? Yeah, as far as handling, like when I throw my 20s on it and take the drag setup off. But I was thinking about doing a live this week at the end of the week, so if you guys want to see that and talk and discuss and say what we liked about the car or go a little bit more in detail, let's talk. But I also wanted to show you, if you guys can tell what I'm sitting in, it's the SM. So we are finally going to have a chance to get to the Coyote swap, hopefully the end of this week. My schedule is really crazy for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be in Vegas again for 2 more weeks. I leave Saturday because I'm going to SEMA. And then I come back the following Saturday, which is the 7th. And then we leave again. We leave that following Wednesday to go to Mod Nationals, which is Mod Motor Nationals. It's in South Georgia. So if you guys have any questions or anything that's going on for the rest of the year, please let me know what you guys would like to see. So once Mod Motor is done, once that race is done, my car is Wylee's gonna be completely tore apart. So we're gonna be tearing it apart for the cage. We're gonna tear it apart and go through the bottom end. We just want to make sure, my dad thinks it's good practice to just go through it and make sure everything is fine. Maybe get some upgrade goodies, 10 rib heads. We'll see. Not to get ahead of ourselves, because this car is the priority for now. So yeah, we got some good stuff coming up. I'm gonna do some updates on the mock finally. I didn't get to throw that in my last video. I didn't want to be too long. So I'm gonna go inside before you guys can't see me and it gets too dark. But yeah, like, subscribe if you guys liked this video, and let me know what you guys think, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. How is it? How is it?